Hey, shalom everybody. Sister Jeanette here, um, coming to give you guys a message. Um, I realized that a lot of us sisters, we're going through some issues when it comes to relationship. And so I said, well, let me go ahead and make a video and speak on these issues that are going on. So I don't even know where to start. Let's see. As you all know, I was in a relationship, and in the beginning, everything is all pink and dandy. It's beautiful. You're happy. Everybody's happy for you because you're like, yeah, you found happiness. You found the one. And then it's like when you are with this person on a day-to-day basis, and you're dealing with this person daily, you start to realize certain things, and certain things don't add up. So it creates problems in a relationship. And so sometimes you have to be the bigger person, and you have to walk away regardless of what the other person says. So as of right now, I'm on a undisclosed location. I don't want people to know where I'm at. So I'm, Houston, Texas, but I don't want nobody to know exactly where I'm at. So that's what everybody, that's what everybody needs to know. That's all. That nobody needs to know my exact location. So I wanted to talk about the issues that I keep seeing amongst us so-called Israelites, and things that have been going on, not only with me, but with other sisters. And a lot of us, we act upon haste and lust. And when I'm talking about lust, as far as my situation was, it's not sexual lust. Haste and lust on my part was because I was in a point in my life where I wanted it to have that, that person that I can, fellowship with, study the word with, celebrate the holy days, pray, read, fellowship, stuff like that. So when this individual came into my life, I thought for sure that, hey, this is it, that's it. It's just this person, nobody else. But, unfortunately, unfortunately, things happen. So we're in a position where I'm over here and, the individual is over there. So I'm not going to go into details as far as what happened and what led it to the separation. I do want to warn you, sisters, not to fall for the brothers that claim they're righteous on freaking Facebook. It is the devil. Whew. Facebook is the devil. I swear. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It will not happen a third time. It would not ever, 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 ever happen to me ever again. I learned from this huge lesson. And just because a person, has a beard, just because a person has fringes, and just because a person has a head wrap and a skirt and a dress and fringes, it don't mean nothing. It doesn't mean that they are followers of the Most High and follower of His word. The devil disguises himself. So, a lot of people truly are wicked, and it's sad that that people that are trying to live righteously and are trying to live according to the Most High word, law, statutes, and commandments, you gotta suffer the consequences. And what's sad is that when you're trying to be fair with the person, and you apply the scriptures and you correct them and rebuke them with the scripture, and they're rebuking it, you gotta, something's not right. I even tried to seek the help of the elders, and the person refused it. He didn't want to hear it. Next thing you know, he's saying that the reason why he didn't want to go through with the elders is because if he speaks to the elders are going to look at me a certain type of way because I'm lying. So, I mean, it is what it is. The victim will always, the victim always plays the victim. So, as far as I'm concerned, I have nothing to hide. My facial expressions. Yeah, my facial expressions bothered him. If I'm quiet, it bothered him. If I didn't say nothing, it bothered him. I was outspoken, loud, unsubmissive. I can't even think of the other excuses he used. But I had made a decision. I was having an emergency, and I had to go to the restroom, and I failed to take the children with me, and I left them in the car for about 3 minutes. I know it didn't take that long because I was trying to rush it, and I left the kids in the car by themselves in a parking lot where this garage gas station. And because I did that, I realized I made a mistake. So because I did that, he got extremely upset, and the words that came out of his mouth were not right at all. But he was just so upset, which I can understand. People do say mean things when they're in the heat of the moment. But he did said that because I left the kids in the car, he's done with me and he's putting me away. Yeah. I didn't commit any fornication. I didn't commit any adultery. There's no uncleanness in me. Throughout the whole relationship, I tried to be the best that I could be, according to scriptures. You guys know how I am. I like to speak my opinions. I like to be outspoken, but the way he's making it seem, I really gotta laugh at the madness of what goes on in this man's mentality. He called me mentally unstable because I had made a statement because he was so angry at me because I left the kids in the car. So I say, well, then if I commit such a great sin, why don't you just go ahead and kill me now? Because he's so stuck up in the Torah, the Old Testament, that he failed to realize that we're under the new covenant, which is Christ. And when Christ came, Christ said that, if you're going to put away your wife, let it be for fornication or adultery. And like I kept stressing that to him, and he just it didn't quite click. It didn't quite click right. So, I that's just, my testimony. And I'm not going to go too much into details because there's other stuff that happened in between this relationship, which my elders are aware of, and and my family and those that are really close to me, they are aware of. My story has remained the same. It has not changed. I don't care who wants to screenshot, send him screenshot messages. He can go ahead and do so. There is nothing that man can do to me that the Most High cannot do to me. So I don't fear men whatsoever. I fear the Most High, and I'm not gonna live my life scared of a man. I'm sorry. It is what it is. But the thing is, ladies, don't don't even, it's just crazy because, like, I'm here telling him, like, okay, so if I change my ways, my so-called ways that you don't like, will you take me back? And he says, he said that he's done with me, he's putting me away, and he's gonna decide if he wants to take me back. So I guess I'm just supposed to sit here, croak and die. But yet he's willing to take somebody else that did far worse than me. Yeah. So ladies, I've always said that when we go through things, when we go through trials and tribulations, we go through these things so that when we speak it, it can probably help somebody else overcome the trials and tribulations that they're going through. And I get upset because I hate how men use the word of the Most High. Yeah, and how they twist it, and how they try to use it against you. And it's sad because when you're really rooted and grounded in the Word of God, and somebody tries to twist it, but you know that that's not what it's saying, but they're trying so hard to convince you that that's what it's saying, and you're like, no, it's not. That's not what that's not what Yah said there. And to me, that's a red flag. And I hope that you ladies learn from my mistakes, from my testimonies, from my experiences. And when somebody comes to you with the shalom, sis, how are you, how you doing, I see you're in this faith, I see you're in the truth, and I want to get to know you, and let's build, and let's that. If you guys have an elder, direct them to the elders. Or if you don't have an elder and you have like a brother that you really you feel comfortable with, you send them to them and let the brothers deal with that brother, and let the brother test their spirits. Because the thing with these men is that we're women, we're very easily we're very gullible, we're very easily deceived. So anything that they say that sounds good to us, sounds good to our ear, we're gonna go ahead and fall for it. I mean, look at what Eve did. Perfect example. So the next time somebody comes to you and shalom, sis, how are you, how you doing, I want to get to know you, let's build, let's do this, let's do that, yeah, this is my elder, this is the people I fellowship with, this is my congregations, this is my belief, you can reach out to them and let them deal with them. Because when the elders or brothers are dealing with this particular, with any brother, they'll be able to discern, they'll be able to see things that we women cannot see. Because remember, the flesh gets in the way. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So, so I want you guys to be very, very, very careful on who you give your energy to, who you let in your house, per se, before you get to know the person. It's sad because you think that because after 2 years you know somebody, you know somebody, and it's just sad because things happens, things change. I'm 36 years old. I shouldn't be going through this. I feel like I dealt with someone that like when you're in high school, and it shouldn't be that way. You know, I'm just thankful. I'm thankful that I have the supporters on my circle. I have really good elders that have been, checking up on me. They keep me straight. I have brothers and their wives, they're just, I'm just thankful. I'm thankful to the Most High that He has blessed me with amazing people that truly love and care for me and my well-being. If it weren't for them, I don't know. I'd probably be somewhere depressed, still crying, trying to figure out why this happening again, why me, why this. But I just realized that the mistake that I did was I did acted upon haste and lust. But when I say lust, it's not like sexual thing. It's more of that wanting to be loved. That need of having somebody that you can fellowship with, because this walk is very hard, especially for us women when you're alone. Like it's hard. Like I've been at this for almost 5 years now, so you know it can get a little hectic, it can get crazy, it can get lonely, it can get all those things, or you're feeling lonely, sad, depressed, you know. It's just sad because my thing is, if you have a relationship and both of you are in the truth, so-called truth, and you're having problems, you should be able to fix these problems very easily through the corrections of the scriptures, because the foundation of the relationship has to be the scriptures. But if the foundation of the relationship is not the scriptures, then we're going to have problems. We're going to be in a situation where you're going to be separated from this person. You're going to be one person here, one person there. Going to be arguing. There's no agreement whatsoever. There's going to be excuses thrown from every angle. Now they want to nitpick at your flaws, knowing you had these flaws from the get-go, but they dusted under the rug. So now the relationship failed for whatever reason, and now it's like everything now wants to come out in the open. Oh, but you're loud, you're outspoken, you're unsubmissive. No, I was not. None of that. I really wasn't. But it is what it is. These men, they use these excuses because once these people don't have the need for you anymore in their life, they'll do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. They'll look for any excuse to let you go. It's just like the leeches. They leech on you for a minute or two or three, and once they're done sucking out of that blood, boom, they move on to the next one. It's just like that. It's just sad that things happen. But I thank the Most High that He made a way for me to get out of that house in the right time. And although there's claims that say that I left, but I didn't leave out of my own will. I left because I had no other choice. So it is what it is. But it's just sad, because if you say that you're in the truth and you're trying to build a relationship and the relationship fails, it shouldn't be that way. Because according to scriptures, a relationship, a man's supposed to leave his mother and father and cleave into his wife. And if he's not cleaving into his wife, and he's not cleaving onto the word of the Most High and building that foundation, then you're gonna have problems. And it's sad. It's sad that a lot of us are going through it. A lot of us are really going through it. I keep an eye out on my Facebook posts, especially my sisters. I see you going through it, and that's why I was like, man, I should just make a video, or I should just go live, because I see it, and it's sad, because I know that a lot of you don't have that person that you can trust to and go to and talk to for advice and seek counsel. And it's hard when you don't have that, that body. That's why it's good to be, in a camp, and if not in a camp, at least, have a group of people that are in like-minded and the same belief like you, so that So, if you're going through something like this, they can at least guide you and help you and give you the right counsel. One thing that really gets me upset is this person went to you know, a worldly woman for an advice for supposed problems we were having in our marriage, when he should have been coming to me, or if not the elders.